What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more Ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go. Well, 50 Cent gets another win. As you can see, Sean Combs, the Reckoning, went #1 in multiple countries and #2 in multiple countries, man. Most watched thing on Netflix, you know what I'm saying? So we talked about it here on the show. Yeah, we definitely got to rehash and got to go back to it now that we all seen all 4 episodes. So we going to get back at you. All right, moving on. Finding out 50 Cent agreed to do an interview with ABC News station only because it's one of the few stations that they're allowed to watch in prison. Yes, 50 Cent is ultimate petty. Despite what Rob says, this is petty. But I love it though. I'm not saying it as a put down, it's more of a compliment. Petty, petty, petty. All right, moving on. And speaking of the Diddy doc, with that being circulated now, Keefy D's old confession has now become viral again. So hopefully this lands his dumb ass in jail and may he rot. All right, moving on. Prayers out to Alexander O'Neal, escapes fiery inferno after oxygen machine erupts hours after IC release. Man, prayers up to him. All right, moving on. It's being reported that thousands of dinosaur footprints and swim tracks found in South America. Man, this is interesting. Moving on. It's being reported that $2 bills printed before 1976 can actually be worth thousands today, so check your pockets. All right, moving on. Going back to the Diddy doc, Sean Combs' mom says that there are inaccuracies regarding my son's upbringing and intentionally done to mislead viewers and harm our reputation. I don't know. We probably gonna talk about this again, man. Moving on. Top 5 tells Kendrick Lamar's friend Hitter J3 that Drake is a weirdo. Duh. All right, moving on. Money Long refuses to write soulful music for non-black artists, speaks out on industry bias. Good topic. All right, moving on. Court rules Cassie unreachable, grants Clayton Howard alternative service, so he can go out there however whatever means he feels in order to get this thing served to her, whatever. All right, moving on. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant to Shannon Sharp, grow the F up, calling out the NFL legend, saying he's still a lost little boy. She put him in his place. All right, we're going to talk about this later too. Moving on. Authorities have officially ended the search for 1973 New York drug kingpin Frank Matthews. Dang, I got to look more into the story. All right, moving on. The Colts are bringing back Phillip Rivers to the practice squad for what? I don't know, man, but not like he was that good even when he was with the Chargers, but that's just my 3 cents. But moving on. Will Smith popped up in the Bel Air series finale, showing up as an older version of himself and dropping some wisdom on his younger self. Hey man, this series is dope, man. I'm sad to see it go. Why it only had to last 4 seasons? It could have gone another 2, in my opinion. But you know, hopefully they bring it back in some capacity. All right, moving on. Jasmine Crockett announced his bid for U.S. Senate seat, as she should. Moving on. Daphne Joy's sexy mirror dance goes viral as 50 Cent's Diddy doc stays #1. And she would capitalize off of that, you know, shaking her ass to get the cash. All right, moving on. There's a European country known for stunning women suffers drought of men. Would you move there? It's somewhere in Europe. Would you go? Just for the girls? All right, moving on. A woman posed as Healthy Harris in LA stole $30 million, FBI says. So they after her ass because they want their cut. All right, moving on. SoCal poster workers stole mail, used money for luxury trips. Yeah, they definitely about to get hurt, dumbass. So, hey, moving on. Sinners has won 8 awards from the African American Film Critics Association. Salute. That movie's still great to this day. All right, moving on. Raven's revelations. Raven Simone says she once split from her wife Miranda Madej because she wasn't ready to be with a white person. That's so Raven. All right, but moving on. White mother claims her baby is black because of her ancestors. No, it's because of some black wood. You got some black meat. You got some tendernism if they're there. You know what I'm saying? Man, and if his dads believe that story, yeah, anyway, moving on. Bro, you might want to leave. It's clear that she likes Mandingo on the side. She ain't thinking about you. You ain't satisfying her. That's just my 3 cents. Moving on. The Rock's daughter Simone confirms romance with wrestler Tatiana Dumas. Okay. Moving on. Christmas service accidentally prints words to Tupac's Hail Mary instead of Carol. Can you imagine being up in church talking about "Come with me"? Man, this is classic. All right, moving on. Michael Archer II reveals that he was unaware of his father D'Angelo's battle with pancreatic cancer. Man, prayers out to him. You know, we were just gonna continue to pray for him, man. All right, moving on. Ex-FBI agent sued director after being fired over kneeling during George Floyd protests, as they should. Get your coins. Moving on. Racist Karen yelled obscenities at black Somalian customers and was fired. But here's the kicker. White people empathize with her, and she donated to her on Go or whatever it is, and she collected nearly $100,000, was able to retire, right? I guess it speaks to what America is. I mean, well, hell, they did elect Donald Trump again, so this is America. Moving on. And in case you don't believe me, here it goes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, stupidity wins. Moving on. The Game says he's the best rapper out of LA and Compton. Do you agree? Moving on. Democrats introduces impeachment articles against Robert Kennedy Jr., as they should, because he's a complete dumbass. But moving on. Well, look at this. It's being alleged that Diddy's going to file a $1 billion lawsuit against Netflix. We'll see. Moving on. Rolling Stone released their best rap albums of 2025 with clips leading the way. Do you agree? Moving on. Andy Dick on overdose. I don't mind doing a little crack every now and then. That's wild. All right, moving on. India Love quits OnlyFans after $2 million bag, but her new pic still leaking all over the internet. What'd you think? Moving on. Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning comes to an end after 13 years. Co-hosts speak out following the news. That's the end of an era. Were you guys fans? Moving on. Kendrick Lamar has been crowned the #1 songwriter of 2025 based on Billboard's Hot 100 data, as he should. Moving on. Ex-Michigan head coach Sharon Moore appeared in court on home invasion and stalking charges after allegedly breaking into his mistress' apartment. That's what happens when you play in the snow. You mess up a $6 million bag. And black folks have no empathy for this cat, right? Moving on. Last but not least, House Democrats released photos from Jeffrey Epstein's personal collection. And who do we see in here? Oh, let's blow it up. Dumb. All right, we're going to talk about this a little bit. All right, but that's all I got for y'all. Peace. Hey, there's one more. Nicki Minaj pushes back against criticism over her Trump support. You might want to scale that back. Just the words of the wise, Nicki. Yeah, it's not looking good for your boy Dumb Donald, nor you. But anyway, that's all I got. Peace. Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show.